My favorite scene in the Bad Batch episode Devil's Deal is Hera's conversation with Omega on board the Havoc Marauder. Hera tells Omega that flying isn't all about specifications and technicalities, it's also about a feeling. She says the instruments help guide you, but you plot your course. I love that. It immediately makes me think of the Force, which I think is intentional. Is Hera Force sensitive? Not in the way that a Jedi is, not in the way that we usually mean when we say that, but I think Hera is able to experience the Force in her own way. I think anyone can. We're used to thinking of the Force in terms of the Jedi or the Sith or other beings who are able to control the Force. The animated Star Wars shows have done a great job at showing us different aspects of the Force and how other people relate to it, like Zeb channeling the Force to navigate a star cluster and find his home. The Force does not belong to the Jedi or the Sith, it belongs to everyone. In Hera's case, I was immediately reminded of a line from Race to Crash Point Tower. In that book, we meet a young Padawan named Ram Jomaram, who is very mechanically gifted. His favorite place to be is alone in the garage, tinkering with speeders and using the Force to take things apart only to put them back together. The book says he loved gears and wires and the secrets they seemed to hold, and he loved feeling the Force flow through him, connecting him to the larger universe. Ram feels closest to the Force when he is using his gifts, and I really like that as an aspect of the Jedi that literally anyone can achieve. Hera has that feeling, that instinct. She knows what she's good at and what she's meant to do, and she wants to use those gifts even if it's dangerous to do so. And of course, we eventually see in Star Wars Rebels that she does, in fact, become one of the greatest pilots in the galaxy. She serves in the battles of Scarif, Endor, and more, maybe even the Battle of Exegol. She takes her gifts and she uses them to help make the galaxy a better place, and that's a very Jedi thing to do, or at the very least, it's light side. I think sometimes people can forget that the Jedi and the Sith and the Force are all shown to be this very exaggerated expression of selflessness versus selfishness. When the heroes and the villains have superpowers, it's easy to create that disconnect. But George Lucas was trying to pass on lessons of how to best live and how to help make the galaxy or the real world a better place together. You don't need superhuman abilities to do that. I even think Han is another expression of what Hera's story illustrates, even if he doesn't believe the Force exists. He still has gut feelings and instincts. He knows what he's good at and he listens to and trusts himself. He does crazy things that shouldn't work all the time, and I think there are multiple fine ways to interpret that, but I consider Han trusting his feelings to be the same as listening to the Force, even if he would never agree with me, at least not during the original trilogy. I also think Tech's line in The Bad Batch is kind of a perfect button on the whole conversation between Omega and Hera. Omega tells Tech that flying is about a feeling, and he asks, what feeling? As someone who also has a very analytical mind, Tech is the right person to deliver that line. It should confuse him. As we grow older, or at least as I grew older, I started to listen to my gut less and less. It's easier to make all your decisions on facts and hypotheses instead of your feelings, and I'm not saying that's bad. Even Hera admits that the instruments are necessary, but they're not the whole. It's finding that balance between your facts and your instincts. But that's it for today. I really loved that scene between Hera and Omega. It's not long, but I felt like they said a lot that resonated with me and how I've come to see the Force more and more. Let me know what you think of that scene in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.